Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Monday evening. It's President's Day, Monday night. It's about 7:30 here in Wyoming, and I'm Dave, and we're at the Fireside Chat for President's Day uh, Fireside Chat video. So I haven't done one in a little while. So I guess the first thing I should talk about is kind of why, and there's a couple of reasons. One is it's a little bit Groundhog Day like here. Whether it be Saturday or Monday holiday or a Wednesday, my days are largely the same. And yeah, I've kind of showed you how many times can I show you, 7 feet of snow, 8 feet of snow. We've had 3 or 4 feet since my last video. The bottom 2 feet of snow are compressed so much they're blue. It's almost blue ice now. Um, it's definitely been the snowiest trip here. It was Saturday evening. It was 4 weeks since we've been here, so it's been 4 weeks and 2 days. So I guess that's 30 days that we've been here in Wyoming. And so I've shown you the snow. I've shown you the new truck. I've shown you the new truck in the snow cutout to show you how deep it is. It's 5, 6, 7 feet on the sides. Today was almost tropical. It was 31 degrees at the height of the day. We had another foot of snow overnight. In fact, my plow guy is out there plowing the driveway right now. Anyway, it's been, so that's one of the reasons. It's just sort of very similar here. So to show it to you over and over and over again, to put up a video, just to put up a video, just not my style. So I do need to say thanks to all the people that texted me and emailed me and commented on, you guys, you all right? Did I freeze to death? Did I die? Is everything okay? And everything's great. Absolutely no issues. So that's the first reason that I really haven't really done any videos the last few days. So the other reason is just how I allocate my time during the day. And at the beginning of the year, I said, hey, there's 14 things I want to work on. About half were like, don't mess these things up while I move on. And so I've really been spending my time on those items, making sure I'm available. Amory and I talk, not every day, but we've had some great 2-hour phone calls the last few days. Sean and I talked, even Lauren and I've talked a few times. So just being a yes man for them. And then I've been working huge. So my full-time job is to increase the estate of my family, and I spend a lot of time on it right now. And I told you I want to get better in my day trading and my crypto trading and my bots, and I probably spend 5, 6 hours a day doing exactly that. I've vastly expanded my crypto trading. I'm now doing what's called off-exchange crypto trading. So just like with my gold and silver, if I don't hold my gold, it means I don't own it. If I don't hold my silver, I don't own it. And that applies to cryptocurrencies as well. You can actually get these hard wallets. The two that are most recognized are Trezors and Ledgers. And you hold your crypto in your hand when you do that. You download the private keys, the controlling keys off the exchanges, and you put them on these cold storage wallets, and now you hold your keys. So I hold my gold, I hold my silver, I hold my crypto now. And I've expanded greatly the type of coins I'm into, and I've increased who I do research with online and their different styles and their different types of cryptos. So I don't know if February will match January or not, but we're ready. I'm positioned in the right coins to have another month like I did in January. So that's what I'm spending my time on. And then, one of the other things I talked about was maintaining my friendships, because I'll say it again, at 60, to think that I would meet these 10, 12, 15 guys and really become friends with them over the last 2.5 years, that's crazy. So I work. Come on, Dave, let's be real. But what it means, I put a time and effort into it to have FaceTime with these guys. And that means getting in the truck around 1:30, heading into town, which is a 40-minute drive, spending 3 or 4 hours with those guys, and then the 40-minute drive back. So again, spending a lot of time on that. Sometimes I'm just tired, or sometimes I just don't have much to say, so I just skip the video at that point. So, but I've skipped enough days, I at least want to get on here and tell you kind of what's been going on and what my life has looked like the last 6-7 days. So another thing was Saturday, I actually had a CEO school. I've got 4 guys that I've been working with for 3 years now. So I know they watch these. So Walt, Adam, Carlos, Jack, welcome to you guys. So CEO school this month was, for the first time, was done. We did it by Zoom, and it was an amazing call. It was as effective. I mean, we've developed such a close relationship now that being on the Zoom call worked unbelievably well. And so I mentioned to them that some of you may want to begin to participate in the actual CEO school. And if you do, let me know. You guys know how to do it. Make a comment, send me an email, send me a text, however you want to get a hold of me. My email address is in the description of the channel. It's a Gmail account. It's DHR Street Speed is the username. But it's work. It's a lot of work to be part of CEO school. It's a monthly commitment. Kind of you assign your own action items after we've talked through your situation, and a month later you'll be expected to present to the 5 of us, and you'll become one of us. How'd you do against those action items, and are they effective or not? If you didn't get to them, why? Last time we talked about life priorities, life prioritization, time priorities, focus, attention, commitment. And I know the guys sometimes call it kind of a come to Jesus meeting every month. So it's effective, though. We change lives and make things happen. So it's pretty exciting for me. But that was 4 hours out of my Saturday, and then it takes me about an hour to prep for it, and then maybe an hour afterwards. Sometimes more, actually. It just depends on how we're doing in these meetings. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited. It's free. I charge nothing for it. I've said it before many times, but I'll say it again. I don't want to make money off of you guys. That's not what I'm trying to do. I make my money in the markets. I've made my money in my company. I sold it back 6 years ago. I don't do this channel. I don't do this activity to benefit in any way monetarily from you. I benefit greatly by doing it. I have good friendships out of it. It keeps me sharp. It keeps me in the market, and it's keeps me up on world events, and it's my way of giving back to society for the great life I've had. So that was Saturday, and I'm really proud of the guys for how well we pulled it off and made it a truly effective meeting. So that was another part of my last few days. So it's a good time to do a quick review of our goals for the year. Right, we're halfway through the 2nd month now, and so the question we need to ask ourselves is, on our list of goals for the year, how are we doing against them? Are we on track? And if so, great. And if we're off track, we either need to adjust our goals or adjust our efforts in the priority of attaining them. So I would just ask you that now in the middle of the month. We're 6 weeks into the year, and it's easy to say, well, there's 52 weeks, I still have a lot of time. And although statistically that's true, if we're not on goal by now, if we're not maintaining our goals by 6 weeks into the year, it's probably means we're either not focusing on them, we're not prioritizing, or we way over plan to achieve this year, and it might be time to adjust the goals. So this is actually one of the easiest times of year to get it done. So many of you complain about the weather and winter, and you're sick of it, and you're over it. But it also means you're not distracted a lot. So it can be a really good time to focus on other things. As we get into spring and summer, we get called into a lot of other activities that we want to do, but may or may not have been on our goal list. So it's just a great time to stop, take an hour, write down your goals that you committed to at the beginning of the year, and how are you doing on each one? It's easy. It's a sheet of paper, and just save it for the end of the month, save it for the end of March, save it for the end of April. It's just a great way to know if you're on track or not. So try to take stock in it. And that's what you saw me doing, because one of my goals that I told you guys about was not spend more time on YouTube, was not spend more time in the comments, spend more time making videos. Those were not goals you heard me talking about. So it's one of the first things that falls off the list for me on a day when I'm busy and I'm crushing my other goals, and I am crushing my other goals. So doesn't mean everything's perfect, right? It's February 15th. I've got a long way to go. But, I'm still working, tuning the bots. That gives me a lot of great trades and a couple of bad ones. So I'm trying to weed out why do the bots give me the bad trades. So I'm still working them. I did another training session one-on-one with the Common Sense Investor. So I'm still working those pretty hard. I work the crypto hard for hours every day, trying to understand the markets, the coins, and all that. So I'm really trying to walk my talk, and do the things when I sat down through the Christmas week and New Year's week and really say, what do I want my life to look like this week, next year? I really made a video about it to hold myself accountable, and I'm working hard against that. And unfortunately, you guys are the ones that take the brunt of that. Like I said, doing videos and working comments, kind of the last thing on my list, to be honest, most of the time. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm prioritizing my time, and it just means sometimes videos fall off. So that's kind of what's been happening this past week. So I guess I'll call this a CEO school item, but it's applicable as a life item, as many of these things are. I mean, as I've taught CEO school for 4 years now, 3-4 years, I don't even know, but I've taught hundreds of CEOs over the last 15, 20 years. And I find that most of the things we talk about at CEO school really are life applicable. And this is another one. I want to talk about culture. In my current test tubes, my current test environment is the lounge. The cigar lounge is a funny place. It had a culture a few years ago, and it's evolved to the culture that I've come to love here. I think I'm one of the drivers. There's several of us. It's not just me, but we're driving a culture of don't really care who you are, don't really care what you are, don't care what you do, don't care what you're worth, don't care if you're retired, if you're still working. We really don't care about any of that. It's a group mainly for guys. I just think cigar lounges lend themselves to that, particularly out here in the wilderness. But it's an environment where we can either be quiet and have a quiet evening, or we can watch a golf match together or a football game together. We can talk about business problems, life problems. It's a culture of just good camaraderie, just good friendships, and people who come in and see that last times want to be a part of it. And so we have to be very careful as we've molded the culture from what it used to be, and we'll talk about that in a minute, to what we have now. There's some remnants, there's some behaviors and some expectations of the old culture that leak back in from time to time. And then as new people join and come in and go, oh my God, I want to be a part of this. It's about, well, come be a part of this. Don't try to change it to what you want it to be, or try to mold your behavior, your speaking patterns, your behaviors to the culture that has drawn you into these chairs. And so that's kind of what I want to talk a little bit about tonight. So culture is a funny thing when you talk about an organization or your company, or Sasha wants some attention. Okay. There you go. Or a tobacco lounge, or your company, your corporation, your small business, your family, your friends' rings. Culture is very hard to define. What's the culture you're trying to establish? What's the culture you're trying to maintain? What's the culture parts you're trying to squeeze out? What are the culture parts you're trying to keep out? And because you don't want a society of robots either. You don't want a bunch of everybody has to behave this way. And so the culture has to have a core, but it has to be able to be modified as new people come into it. We don't want a bunch of old guys just sitting around being sticks in the mud, and no repel all borders. We certainly don't want to be that. We want to encourage growth for the company, the tobacco lounge, growth for adding new friends to the ring. So I'm going to speak to that, but I mean it in a more applicable fashion. In my company, we were very, very focused on the culture. It was open, honest, ask questions. Don't make fun of people who ask questions. Don't get frustrated at the conversations that have to come around questions, even though you know the answer, this person clearly doesn't. A culture of fact-based, a culture of, when we're talking about revenue, we talk about revenue. When we're talking about issues and problems, we talk about issues and problems. And in fact, all the executives and managers in my company had to meet me twice a month, once on revenue and once on other stuff. And face-to-face communication, hit issues head on. Don't let them age. So those are like the core tenets of the kind of culture that we wanted to develop. So in the lounge, we just want to be a group of guys who can, become friends and respect each other and respect new members. And so it's part of the culture that we're squeezing out from the past is being sort of a drinking lounge. The manager doesn't drink at all anymore. He quit 2 years ago, and he's hardcore about it. At least 5 or 8 of the guys just don't drink at all. I drink very rarely anymore. It wasn't true 10, 15 years ago, but it's really not much part of my life anymore. But it's good that like 10 of us believe that, but we got several people that are used to bringing a bottle in, and sometimes they drink the bottle or they pass it around, or 2 or 3 of them drink the bottle, and then it just changes people. So we're trying to squeeze that part out. It's great to bring a bottle and put it in the cabinet and have a drink. That's no problem whatsoever. But some people, you just have to. Sasha's out running around with a bone, scraping it on the floor. You can hear that. But it's great to do that. It's great to have a drink, but it's really not meant to come in and drain a bottle yourself or with a friend. That's really not the intent. So, but trying to squeeze that out without completely being jerks and completely killing friendships is touchy. And we're in the middle of doing that. We had an incident last night. We had an incident a few weeks ago. One person has been ejected from the lounge because of it. The other person has sort of some corrective actions they have to take to really stay in the loop. I'm confident he will do it. But that's the kind of thing. So if you behave like that and you're not willing to change, you're out. If you behave like that and you're willing to change and do some things, you're still in, and most of us have moved past it. So it's just interesting how in a social circle, how stirring alcohol in is a very, very touchy thing. So we're in the middle of it, and we're working through it. But we've established a culture, and we are trying to maintain it. And that's true at our horse barn that my wife runs. She has a very fun, it's supposed to be a place for women to come and feel safe and feel it's about horses. It's not about, emotion. It's not about, it's not about you being first. It's not about you getting everything you want. She's created this beautiful culture with about 15 clients. And every now and then she has to eject a client because they either change their behavior or just clash with the culture so badly. And that was the cancer we talked about a few weeks ago or a few videos ago about, if somebody comes in and really just blasts the culture apart, we end up exiting them. I don't. It's no we. I should stop saying that. My wife does it now. She asks them that, you're not welcome here. You need to find another barn family. That's true as we add members to our family when our kids bring in boyfriends and girlfriends. Do they fit the family culture or not? And if not, we need to talk about it. So I just believe culture is just a huge part of our lives, even though lots of times we don't realize it. And as leaders, it is our job to establish it, receive input about it, and then kind of enforce it. And something that we don't talk about a lot. Leadership schools, CEO schools, business schools talk about culture, right? And they hang those stupid posters on the walls, and they hand out trinkets, and they have culture parties, and I just think that's all bullshit. It's about you and how you treat individuals, and how you expect those individuals to then turn around and treat their individuals on a consistent basis, and then making the hard decisions we talked about a couple of videos ago about every now and then you're going to have to shoot a hostage, fire a client, fire a key individual, a key producer, because they are so caustic, they're ruining the culture of the environment and the productivity or efficiency of one individual, and never can overrule what the damage they're doing to the culture of your organization. If they don't fit and they're unwilling to take the responsibility to change and fit, then it's time to exit them. And as leaders, and that is your responsibility, whether you have a small business or you're a government manager or you're running a family. It's part of all those job descriptions. So one thing I learned running the company was it's actually easier to get great than it is to stay great. And then I now move that into like my CEO school. We have a great school, but can I keep it great? Especially as we've added people to it, and we might add others. We'll see. And what we're trying at the lounge, we're creating a great culture, but can we keep it great now? We've been working it for 2.5 years. Can we keep it great? Can we be flexible and keep it great? And these are questions you have to ask, pretty much in every aspect of your life. And the one thing I want to caution you from, it's about you, not about your organization. It's your job. It's my job to create and maintain it. It's not about how someone's poisoning the culture. It's the conversation needs to be, what are you doing about that, right? It's not complaining about this person doesn't fit, this person blows up meetings, this person blows up culture, this person shuts people down, this person makes fun of people, right? Whatever, right? We almost always point, like, this person is doing this person needs to change. It's not that person. It's your job. It's our job to make that change occur, to help that person understand, to make sure they understand where they're behaving or producing or something inconsistent with the culture you wish to have. And can you help them understand it, that they are in fact behaving cross culture, that they need to make some changes? What are the changes they need to make? You need to help them make those changes. You got to hold them accountable to the changes. Again, it goes back to, why is it always me? And that just is, as the leader of an organization, whether it be your family, a civic organization, a group, a company, a small business, a tobacco lounge, a cigar lounge, it's your responsibility to help those changes. You can't change somebody. That can only come from inside them, but it is your responsibility to make sure they understand the changes required, what those changes are, by when they need to be made, and what happens if, what the ramifications are if those changes can't be made. But it comes down to, can we do it? Can you do it? Can I do it? And many times we fall into bitching and complaining about something, instead of taking the role, the mantle on that we need to take, and that is help make the change occur. Don't watch it. Don't wait for it. Lead the change. Lead through the change. There's whole courses on change management and all that. And again, I think they get a little corporate-y, a little bullshitty. It's pretty basic. It's pretty simple, but don't confuse simple with easy, right? That's one of the rules on this channel, is just because it's simple and can be broken down into component parts doesn't make it easy to pull off. The most difficult thing we can ask of a human being is to making a change in their behavior. I believe the vast majority of people are unwilling or unable to make a change in their behavior, to make a change in who they are, to make a change in how they view their participation in the organization, and then realize that they do in fact need to make a change, and it's upon them to make it or get exited. So anyway, not easy, but very simple. All right, guys, I don't want to make this too long, so why don't we end CEO School? I think I've responded to just about everybody. I think there's 1 or 2 people that have written me. I've even written back saying, I got it, I hear you, I'm just really busy right now, and I haven't gotten back, like with a real response, but I will get that done. But again, I encourage you to reach out if you're struggling with something, starting a business, getting it running, making it profitable, becoming what your vision was for it. If you need help, if you have questions, if you have issues, throw it in the comments, send me an email, send me a text. I will get back to you. So, I love this part of my life. I like helping people take the next step up, whether that be in, money, efficiency, prioritization, whatever that is. So, the questions I'm going to ask you is going to be, do you have a to-do list? Do you use it every day? Are you being consistent? Do you use a calendar? Are you pushing out event horizons so very few things surprise you in life now? Those would be the basic building blocks that we start with. But I enjoy doing it, so it's not a burden. It's not a problem. I'm just really busy working on my priorities, and sometimes getting to yours takes a few days longer than it probably should. So. But I think that'll be it for CEO School today. So one thing that's changed here in my life is I get out, I do 4 or 5 miles with Sasha every day now. We usually go out middle of the day. I learned that there's far less predators out between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Predators are normally out in the middle of the night or at the bookends of the day, so we never go out at sunrise or at sunset at any time during the year. But we get out, we do a 4 or 5 mile walk. That's me, but she probably does twice that, and it's just so fun to see that dog joy, seeing her just charge up those 6, 7, 8 foot mounds, get up on top and run around, and then jump off it and run to the other side and go up the other side and do the same thing. Just do that back and forth, back and forth. It's really gotten her in good shape. I think we've done it 10, 11 days in a row now, and it calms her down. It makes her a better dog. She's better behaved in the lounge when there's 20 people there, when other dogs come. It's just been fun. So I think what I'll do is I'll end this with, I'll put a few, walking the dog videos out there. You can see some pictures of Sasha in the snow and see the dog joy. So guys, I really think that's it for tonight. We won't make this one too long. So glad to be back. Try to get one up tomorrow. We'll see. And that's really it. So I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you had a great 2 or 3 day weekend. I hope you got a great week planned in front of you. So, and that's it. So I'll end as I always do. I ask that God bless your life. I ask that God bless the lives of those around you. I ask that He turn His ear to hear your prayer. I hope that means you're actually praying and building a relationship with Him. I hope He makes His face shine upon you. And I ask that He bless your life like He does mine, that He has blessed mine and continues to do so. All right, guys, that's it. The rest of the video will just be kind of dog in the snow pictures. We will talk to you later. Good night, everybody. So I should have snowed again. Look at this mound right here from the roof. But all the trees are all full again. Super snowy out. Look at this giant 4 or 5 foot ridge right here. And another full on snowstorm day. See if I can get the snow falling. Yeah, there you go. Like giant snow, so silent out here. I've got pretty much whiteout going to town today. See about 50 yards up ahead, see these cars. Yeah, the wind's whipping out here. Looks like we have truck accident here. Not sure how he did it, but definitely got the highway blocked. We got a winter wonderland out here, and a little clearing before the next storm comes. This side show you. Look at these snowballs. This is our own driveway. It is beautiful out here. Definitely real winter. Hardest winter I've seen out here. So here's our guy. This is the plowing for the park. Does a good job.